What up, Wolfpack? It's your boy LQ, Mr. Real Deal Fantasy HQ. Real quick before we get into the video, I want you guys to know that I am joining forces with the Rams Raj Room on Facebook.com. Go ahead and join the group for the latest and greatest content, of course, from the Rams, and have chances to win some prizes. It's a really good group. I want you guys to go right now. Facebook.com, Rams Raj, go. What's going on, guys? This is Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ, back again for another great episode. Today's episode, we got winners and losers from the draft weekend, people. Woo! There was some drama. There were some great things that happened, and then there were some bad things that happened. So I was very pleased at how the draft actually turned out, and I wasn't, too worried about many trades going on to where it'll affect my team, but some things did go on to where they affected a lot of teams where we were actually looking forward to some of these running backs, wide receivers, QBs to actually be moving forward. So today, I got the winners and losers. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. So let's get right into the episode. Well, we got the winners and losers from this draft weekend. So I want to start off with the winners. So I'm not really going to be touching on many of the guys that are being talked about mainstream as winners and stuff. I'm going to try to shy away and get the underdogs that actually won this weekend. So my first guy I'm going to be talking about is Carson. He definitely won this weekend. That the Seattle Seahawks did not take a top prospect running back, people. They had their opportunities. They had their chance to take a running back, but they did not. This lets all of us know that Carson is the guy, still the guy, has no threat to the throne. Mr. 1K is the most underrated running back right now that's not being talked about, and you're getting him in great draft value. You're getting him in great rounds to where he become your RB2 with high RB1 potential. So I do love that Carson is going under the radar, not being talked about, and he definitely won this weekend with no threat to the throne, people. Yes, Rashad Penny is still there, but we've been waiting for him to pop off, but he just cannot fight off Carson and how he produces, how he is such a hard runner. He's able to produce in the pass catching ability as well. So Rashad Penny may be on the move. I don't know. He still has some trade value. I think the Seahawks should go out and get it, but who would they bring in or what would they bring in? I don't know. I don't know what they can get for Rashad Penny, but I do like that Carson won this weekend with no threat to the throne. Now, surprisingly, my second winner is Leonard Fournette. Now, Fournette won simply by not being traded. And for the simple fact that, they were making buzz and all this other stuff. Teams were interested. Now, I don't like Fournette being traded because it's a 50-50 chance that he gets traded to a worse situation. So I did expect him to get traded in the second round because I think that's what they were asking for, but he did not. And they also didn't draft a running back at all. So it's kind of like, Fournette may be there to stay. But for now, we do not know what they have planned. So I do like that they didn't go get a top prospect either. They added some pieces to that defense that they needed. So I think Fournette comes out with a dub this weekend out of, coming out clean and not being traded and not having anybody coming for his throne as well. So I know some people won't like it, Fournette going out campaigning for Cam Newton, putting his, starting quarterback down. But come on now, you would want Cam Newton or Minshew. I'm taking Cam all day, even if, he's broken with his shoulder or whatever the hell he got going on with his ankles. Whatever the case may be, I definitely would campaign for Cam Newton too. So I do agree, Fournette just wanting to win. But again, we already knew Fournette in the past that he had some head office troubles and, they actually suspended him for, being negative and being a diva in the locker room. So who knows? I do think he's a winner this weekend for now, like I said, until, further notice of when he's traded or not. But I don't think they should trade him. I don't want to take that risk in his production dropping value with a worse team because who knows? Maybe they'll do some off-the-wall shit and trade him to the Jets. Like, that would be just asinine. And with Bell there, you know what I mean? Like, that's some of the things that could happen in this crazy-ass league that I will not put it past the Jags or Adam Gates or anybody else in this league with a terrible running back situation. So I want Fournette to stay put, people. Now, for my next winner, I'm definitely excited for Drew Locke getting Jerry Jeudy, people. Now, Sutton gets that pressure off of him. He gets the help that he needs on the other side at wide receiver 2 with Jerry Jeudy there. Drew Locke has his weapons now. He has the opportunity to move that offense forward. No excuses here, people. But Noah Fant does take a slight hit here, only for the simple fact that I had Noah Fant being the second option. Or actually, yeah, he would be the second option, for Drew Locke. But now with Jerry Jeudy there, the high caliber offense that they're about to have right now, I don't see Noah Fant doing much damage, but he will be productive. I just don't see him doing much fantasy damage or fantasy relevancy to where I can take him in the later rounds and be happy that he's my tight end one. Now, let's not forget that Melvin Gordon's there as well. So Drew Locke has all the options and all the opportunity right now to have that offense flowing, have that offense building that chemistry. And I definitely like the Jerry Jeudy pick, people. That just makes a statement that they are there to win now. Now, believe it or not, this next guy is a winner only for the simple fact that they also did not get a top running back prospect, Todd Gurley in Atlanta, people. Now, the Falcons are motioning that Todd Gurley is the guy, the only guy, their sole running back there that they need to worry about because they had plenty of opportunity as well to get one of these top prospects. I actually thought they were going to get a Zach Moss or A.J. Dillon or even a Cam Akers, but they did not, people. So Todd Gurley is the sole core of that running back room. I know there's Ito Smith there and all that other stuff, but they are not too worried about anybody backing up Gurley. So Gurley's going to get run to the ground. He's going to be very productive, and until he gets hurt. That's the only risk factor here because he's on a 1-year deal. They have no reason not to run him into the ground because if he gets hurt, oh well, screw it. They're going to move on to their next running back. You know what I mean? So I feel like Todd Gurley comes out as a winner, being that they did not take anybody. They didn't take anybody to threaten that throne. I mean, they honestly probably trust and believe in Ito Smith being the backup and being productive as well. So Todd Gurley definitely comes out as a winner this weekend, believe it or not. Now let's get to the losers. Oh my God. Woo. R.I.P. Marlon Mack. Colts get Jonathan Taylor, the powerhouse, Mr. 6K, into that backfield. Colts are looking to have Jonathan Taylor be the future, people. That's what I got out of that pick. Now, Marlon Mack is not going to be the future of the Colts for the simple fact that he is always injured, people. He is always hurt. So he cannot stay healthy. It's been 3 years in the season. He has yet to be healthy. So he is not going to be the future running back there. So Nyheim Hines definitely becomes an attractive pick. Now, people, listen to this. He's going to become the Austin Eckler of that offense with Rivers at QB there. So Jonathan Taylor goes in as the RB1. Nyheim Hines being productive in the pass catching ability, which we know he can be. Now, Marlon Mack's probably looking to get that contract extension, but I do not think it's going to happen. And I think with them taking Jonathan Taylor, that answered his question. So Marlon Mack may be on the move, may be traded soon. I don't know. I just think he's going to become an afterthought before, anything else happens. But I do believe that Jonathan Taylor is the future for the Colts. Now, this next loser, Kerryon Johnson for Detroit Lions, people. He was definitely going to be on the move soon. This RIP post I seen coming, people. There was no way that the Lions were not going to go get their top prospect. And it's not like I seen it coming or I knew they were going to draft a guy, but I knew eventually they were going to move on from Kerryon Johnson. He cannot stay healthy. He has the talent to actually break the 1K drought that they have in Detroit, but he cannot stay healthy, people. And that's the worst problem with some of these running backs. They can't stay healthy. They have the talent coming out of college. He's from Auburn, so they produce very good running backs, but he just cannot stay healthy. So with D Swift coming in, comes into a very good running back room, but I want to say he comes out as a winner/loser for the simple fact that the Lions are just bad. They are just a bad team. They have all that talent at running back, but it's like they cannot produce 1K rushers. The last time they had 1K rusher was 2013 with Reggie Bush. I'm going to keep preaching that for the simple fact that's a very long time. In 2020, people. And you have guys like Kerryon Johnson that could break that, but just cannot stay healthy. So hopefully they can get D Swift into the offense to where he's able to actually break that 1K drought, which I think it's possible that he could do. He's a bulldog. He's in the running back room with Sony Michel, Todd Gurley, and Nick Chubb, all power runners, all 1K potential runners. So I definitely feel good about it. But again, like I said, the Lions are just a bad team. So he may come out of this as a loser as well. Next, I am sad to say this. I'm sad to write it. This post I did not see coming. I did not need it to come, actually. But RIP Devin Singletary's season. Singletary's season is officially over, people. Zach Moss will be entering that running back room in Buffalo. And it's kind of like, why? Why did you do this, Buffalo? We needed Singletary to explode. We were getting him at great value, at a great draft spot. Now, you just shit the bed on this, people. And it's like, all right, cool. They bring in Zach Moss. He's not necessarily going to be the guy that's going to take the running back one position, but there's opportunity for him to do it. But if it came down to it, I'm still taking Singletary. I don't know if I'm going to take him as high as I was going to. I'm just going to take the chance on him. It may be a 1A, 1B situation that we saw with him and Frank Gore, but damn it, man. Zach Moss is going to take away Singletary's touchdowns for sure because he's a bigger back. He's definitely going to be on that goal line. He's definitely going to be the guy that gets most of the touches inside the 20, inside the red zone. So it just sucks for Singletary, man. We did not see this coming. We did not need it to come. Singletary is going to be the guy. He needs the chance and opportunity to be the running back to carry that workload because we've seen flashes last season that he's able to do it. It's just the Bills just won't let him be great. So it sucks, man. I hate that I have to say this and rate it that Singletary season is over, people. So what do we do now? That is the big question. What do we do with Singletary? And I'm sorry to tell you, I don't know yet. I need to think, research, and do some other things to figure out what I'm going to do with Singletary because I'm also a Singletary owner. I'm also a Singletary fan. I am on that wave. So come draft day, I don't know if I'm going to take him as high as I was, but we got some things to figure out, people. So I'm going to be a homer on this one, but another loser that needs to be talked about that I'm not exactly glad that he's a loser, but Darrell Henderson, Hendo season's dead. I mean, I've been preaching this for the last month and a half. The Hendo season does not exist. Mainstream media, all the sheeps are following it. Hendo season. No, it does not exist, people. And this is why the Rams are going to go get a guy, and they got Cam Akers. And that made a big statement that they were moving forward with Cam Akers, and Darrell Henderson will become an afterthought only for the simple fact that Malcolm Brown still exists, people. So I don't understand how many times I got to say it, preach it, or whatever, put it up as a post. But Hendo season never existed, people. So it's not necessarily over. It just never was a thing. So, shout out to Cam Akers getting that role. He is definitely going to be the guy set up in position as the Gurley replacement. Now, he's going to get majority of the touches. He's going to get majority of the touchdown goal line touches. So he is definitely going to be a guy that I want on my roster as a late round flyer, probably like the 10th or 11th round. I'll probably take him in redrafts, to be honest. I'll take him because he's going to be a starting running back for a great system. Sean McVay knows what he's doing with his running backs. He knows what he's doing with his wide receivers, offense as a total. So I definitely want parts of Cam Akers come redraft fantasy football. So that was today's episode of winners and losers. Some of the guys that we knew were going to be losers, their hype trains are dead now. Some of the guys that we hoped and prayed for potential, but they ended up coming as losers. And then there's some winners that went under the radar that are set up for success come this 2020 season. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll see you guys next week for another great episode of Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ. Peace.